I'm going to share a recipe with you today, and I drink this pretty much during cold and flu season, all winter, 2 or 3 times a week, like every other day. And, if I do get sick, it seems to help a lot. I get better faster. And so I'll go over the ingredients with you. I got this recipe from my grandmother. She lived to be 84. She was rarely sick. She really believed in this, and she just called it the tonic, And she actually died at the age of 84 of a heart attack while mowing her own grass. So if that doesn't say anything about her, I don't know what was. She basically enjoyed good health and had pretty good energy. So anyway, I have a whole bulb of garlic, like a cluster, and I broke it down and I peeled it. And then I have probably, it looks like about a half a cup of raw ginger that's been peeled, and peeling ginger will be the hardest part of this whole thing. I have a bag of lemons that have been peeled. The seeds are okay, you can leave the seeds. So that's about 10 lemons. And I have, this is probably a cup and a half of orange juice. Okay, you can use fresh oranges to get your orange juice, or you can just use commercially prepared orange juice. This is basically for flavor, to help the flavor, because it has a very strong flavor. I won't lie to you, it doesn't really taste good. And this is about a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. We're going to be using about a tablespoon of turmeric. We're going to use about a teaspoon of clove, that's ground clove. We're going to be using about a teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of rubbed sage. You can use fresh sage if you can find it, it's even better. But I don't have any fresh, and I couldn't find any in the store, so I'm going to use rubbed sage. I'm going to use honey as the sweetener. I don't have that much, so if I run out of honey, I'll add some pure maple syrup. Not the Aunt Jemima stuff, but real maple syrup. There is a difference. But I try to lean more on the honey because it's cheaper. This is like $8 or $9 a bottle just for a small bottle, so I don't want to use as much of that if I can help it. So now we'll get started. It's in, and there's not enough orange juice. We have to be able to cover all the lemons. So that's probably more like 4 cups of orange juice. Here we have our spices: a tablespoon of turmeric, a tablespoon of black pepper, tablespoon of rubbed sage, and a teaspoon of ground clove. Pour these spices in here. And then a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And now it's time to blend. After it's been through the blender and everything's been broken up and blended very well, it's very pulpy. Now, you can drink the pulp if you like pulp. Personally, I do. If not, you can pour this through a fine mesh strainer, and then pour it into like a measuring cup with a spout, and then you're going to pour this into ice cube trays and freeze it. And then, say like every other day, take out a couple of ice cubes and put them in the blender with either some water or juice of some sort, like orange juice, if you like, and just drink it. I don't recommend heating it because that's going to kill all of the nutrients when you heat it. So anyway, after this step, I'm going to pour it into a larger pitcher, and then I'm going to start adding honey to taste. Cube tray ready, and I have a measuring cup with a spout, and I'll just fill these up. And I just leave this in the ice cube trays. You can take it out and put it in baggies or whatever, but you have the risk of them sticking together. So I just leave them, and I'll just cover them with what's that, press and seal, okay? And then I'll just pop out a couple whenever, I'm ready. Like I said, I drink this anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week. Actually year-round, but in the winter, I make sure it's 3 times a week because I'm trying to keep my immune system up. And like I said, I drink mine with the pulp. And so I'll just take a couple of these ice cubes, and I'll put them in a blender, pour in a little water or orange juice, and drink it real quick. It doesn't have the best flavor. But like I said, after you add the honey and possibly some maple syrup, you could even use regular sugar or Splenda, it doesn't matter. It's not too bad, but I think of it as, food is medicine, and sometimes it's not going to, win any taste tests. It's just medicinal, and so you're just doing it for the health benefit, not the flavor, And that's hard for people like me who are a slave to their taste buds, but so I just drink it and try not to think about it. Also, if you research these ingredients, every single one of them has anti-parasitic properties. Of course, I'm not giving medical advice or anything like that, but if you research these ingredients on the internet, research, has indicated that they have some anti-parasitic benefit. And if you're sick or trying to avoid getting sick, parasites are in the way because they are intercepting your nutrients, because they're living off of you for free, basically. And so when parasites are robbing you of nutrients, what does that do? That makes it harder for you to fight off illness or recover from an illness. Okay, so at the very least, you might get some benefit from this in the way of fighting parasitic organisms in your body. So, just do your research on that. Like I said, those statements are not intended as medical advice. Just do your own research. And if you have any doubts about, ever putting any kind of food or anything in your body for medicinal purposes, run it by your doctor first. Make sure it's not going to interfere with certain medications. Like me, I can't eat grapefruit because I'm on blood pressure medication. Okay, so, always talk to your doctor before you do any kind of change in diet or, basically anything that you're going to put into your body. So, okay, don't strain off the pulp. You're going to have about 4 ice cube trays full, and I'm going to cover them, like I said, and put them in the freezer. And that's that.